Hello, hello, and welcome back, friends, old and new. Deis Ferrous here, continuing on our Rogue Trader run. Where did we leave off? It's been a minute. Okay, went to the Shadow Quarter, explored that a bit, met up with Jay, helped her out in the warehouse, recruited her to my retinue. Abelard did not like that at all. But now we're going to jump into the cultist hideout that is right next to the warehouse, because apparently the Shadow Quarter is just really small. Yeah, the cultist lair. We're gonna need to get permission from Lord Vladium to access this area and get those chests. We can do that later. Into the cultist hideout we go. Let's see.
Something of interest.
Oh, good job, Abelard. That's some nice loot.
This ocular implant was a worthwhile investment.
Okay, let's go there.
When the faithful
Magenta.
are idle, heresy grows.
Unpause.
Blessed be the road
Argenta's
that we
good
take.
at demolition, so she can do the disarming here.
I better myself
Good
through
job,
my
girl.
service. Cast your eye there.
Okay.
See? Right there.
Disarm.
The Emperor favors me today.
Disarm. Good job, sister. Got some goods over here. We got a door nearby.
Follow my
Let's
lead.
see. Okay, yeah, that's a dead end. So the goods first. Some more loot. Nothing hiding around here, so let's do the door. Cutscene. Cutscene, let's do the door. Hello, we're just walking in. Open the doors for us. Guide our way. Twist up. The edge of daybreak. The edge of daybreak. Hello, funky little dude.
Purge the unclean.
Damn, Argenta's getting right to
Your
it.
Emperor won't save you.
No, that's Pascal. Let's put Pascal here. I'll be here. Abelard, as always, can take points. Argenta, I kind of like her there. Pascal, we got you there. Actually, let's move Abelard more like here. And Cabela go like over here. I think that works pretty well. I think that does us pretty good. Let's set up the front line. Put the front line like there. Put the front line there. The back line. Yeah, set up the back line like that. The rear. I'd like to rotate. There we go. And there's the rear for Argenta. Shit, you guys are just a huge nerf, honestly. Let's see, can I just hit 3 guys no matter what? Can't hit them. Can't hit there. Can't hit there, so I suppose... Yeah, let's blast them like that. And that does pretty good. Gonna analyze Pink Horror. Wow, Pink Horror is actually really bulky. That's a lot of health. That's fine. That's fine. Cassia. He's gonna just blast that. blast that way and do some pretty chunky damage
If
to like
I
all
may.
of them. Huge chip damage. Let's glimpse of fate Avalon, because
I am a
he's right up
navigator,
there.
not a servitor.
Take aim on Argenta. Got a lot of guys about to go. Cultic sorcerer.
Chaos guides
I
me.
stunned a bunch of them, apparently. Take that.
I for you.
Cool. Argenta. Let's
Doubt is for
pop
the weak.
that first. Hunt down prey. Yeah, mark the prey target. Let's mark that guy, I think. That's a good move. It's not in the bounty hunter's turn. This attack always hits, does not end the bounty hunter's turn. You know what? Let's do concentrated
As the Emperor
fire.
commands, I act.
Just mag dump down here, and if that guy survives,
I'll do it. None can escape
Not
the
survive.
Emperor's judgment.
hunt down prey again on. Let's go with
Faith
this
without
guy
deeds is worthless.
and claim the bounty on him.
As the Emperor commands,
Boom.
I act.
Oh, I was hoping I'd do a little more. That's fine.
Death to non-believers.
And now it's pretty much just my. Ooh, that forced him out of cover. It's not great. That's fine though. We make it work. Gonna mark you as our
At your beck
favorite
and call.
foe. Sworn enemy. Then we're gonna charge on in. Whap. You're bulky. You are really bulky. The 6 temp wounds. My aims within the area. This turn start the next turn. The wielder gains. Okay, so yeah, we're just gonna shield bash him for a little bit of damage. Do that. Let's get my bird in back here.
Already
Do
done.
that. Yeah, bird comes in, swoops down, hits both of them. Dodge, kill. The bird, my eagle is so good. Let's honestly just have my eagle strike this guy, I think.
Not a problem for me.
Go bird. Missed. That hits him though. That's pretty good. Fight. So he's a Cyber Eagle, another unactivated cell, 12 cells from the first one. Do that. Oh, I can't go over the boxes, even though the bird can fly. That's fine. We're gonna leave bird there. And let's give. Let's just give Avalon another turn. So we can just
At your beck and call.
tap, and then. But that kind of is attack. That's inconvenient.
Victory is
It's fine.
imminent.
Endure. Don't need to do that. We can can charge that
It will
guy,
be done.
actually. Wonk.
We'll rule the stars themselves.
Reset your whole turn. If your strength bonus fails, don't need that. Don't need that. And we're just gonna start cleaving into this guy. Should still have sword enemy on it, right? Look, front line. Yeah, sword enemy. Warrior marks target gain 24% armor and 6% damage on melee attacks against that target. Perfect. So yeah, we're just gonna keep smashing into
An
it.
exemplary strike.
And wonk.
Target well struck.
I probably should have been in the front line there, now that I think about
A
it, that's
tactically
fine.
sound approach.
And that ends you, that'll end me. Bird goes away. Cabela. I'm on the wrong weapon with Cabela.
The shadows will see it done. Death is a
Got
blessing.
that guy. Move up here.
A dance of
Jump on
blades
him.
and shadows.
Pounce this nerd.
Caught by the web.
Oh. He's still alive? No, he is dead. Let's swap here. And just really quickly, let's give that on him. Is that only melee attacks? Assassin. Not by the enemy assassin speed. Opening. Okay, just hits the enemy. Okay, cool.
As the tenants demand.
Didn't do much, but that's fine. Yeah, that'll pretty much do us for now. Let's analyze this guy. What are my melee odds against him? There, and him with melee. That's actually pretty good. I do that. Move there, and then melee. Oh, that's significantly less damage. Shooting? You know what? Supercharged shooting. Yeah, we'll ball with that quickly. First cover says Jay-Z took over the yeah, we'll pop precise attack. Yeah, we'll pop precise attack. And then just overcharge shoot him. Phenomenal job. Almost perfect. Let's see. What? Let's give. Actually, what does that do with voice command? Yeah, that's actually really good.
I'm
So,
not accustomed to
Argenta
being ordered around.
and Argenta and Argenta.
Me. If you insist, Lord Captain.
We'll
I'll
mark
do it.
you. Do
Doubt is for
that.
the weak. Eradicated.
Beautiful.
As the
Up
Emperor
that.
commands, I act.
And then so I'll
do it.
that. Trade 5 for buff area attack. Swap to you, and then just spray you and miss Abelard.
Faith
Yeah, that works
without
great.
deeds is worthless.
Now he's on fire. Perfect. Could not ask for a much better
Battlefields are always
outcome
drowned
there.
in scarlet.
Big hit on him.
You
Oh,
miscreant!
he explodes. He, 9 to 5, 9 to 15, 64%.
I'll do it.
Gonna buff that. You know what? I'm hitting Avalon by accident. And we're just burn, 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 honestly. And just keep incinerating, because I got that, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, I can do clean the bounty with just
As
a
the
little bit
Emperor
more
commands,
damage.
I act.
Got 8 stacks of burning on him. Beautiful.
At your beck and call.
Sworn enemy. Charge on in. Wonk.
I will do my duty.
Smack. And that is Avalon all taps. Hey Avalon. Actually, Bird.
Nothing I can't do.
Go Bird. Get him, Bird. God, Anzu is... Oh, hello. Oh, that's 2 blue hearts now. Interesting. Do that. There's straight. Cool. And then...
Already done.
I do that, that. Okay, that didn't work quite how I thought it was going to, but that is perfectly fine. Let's go Avalon. Take another turn, buddy.
Is now.
Sworn foe
It
on
will be done.
horror. And easy peasy.
Someone else can do this.
Move. And
Victory is imminent. Reduce
Easy.
to dust.
Oh. Argento rushes to the last living cultist and silently, furiously punches him in the face. Blasphemous heretic! Who were you praying to? I know those words. That call to a lord. Argento doesn't get to finish. The cultist, having dropped to his knees, interrupts her with grating, rasping laughter. Of course you know them. I recognize you too. Lackey to the corpse on the throne. Haven't you already experienced the power of a true god? Didn't you flee from us, shedding tears? Argento recoils as if from a blow, then steps forward, grabs the cultist by the scruff of his neck, and makes him look into her eyes, burning like embers. I am one of the Adeptus Sororitas, and I've never, not once in my life, fled from heretics and betrayers of humankind. Argento, wait. This heretic must be interrogated. What do you want to know, servants of the Corpse Emperor? The names of my brethren? How many of us there are? Where we are? I will tell you myself. We are myriad, and we are everywhere. Soon, very soon, you will hear our voices. When you hear them at your back, so close you can feel our breath, then you will know the power of the true God. The undying Emperor is the one true God. You will soon learn this when you face his harsh judgment, as will your accomplices. Cabela's voice is filled with cold implacability. Just how many of you vermin are there? First Rykad Minoris, now here. Pascal pulls a number of instruments out of his robe. You would bet your life that the purpose of these items isn't to disassemble machines. He says casually, Should you encounter difficulties during the information extraction process, I would recommend precise targeting of ganglia. The cultist chuckles arrogantly, but pales under Pascal's calmly probing gaze. How do you know Argenta? Have you seen her on footfall before? Not on footfall. The cultist laughs hoarsely. In another place. She flew right into it, like a bird into a snare. Argenta is staring at the cultist, her eyes wide, as if against her will. She whispers two words. Salus Prime. Argenta, what is he talking about? Oh. Excuse me, enjoying a fruit bowl at the same time. She snaps out of it, as if emerging from a reverie. A planet. A place. It doesn't matter. I know these heretics. I fought them and was gravely wounded. But I swear, I never turned from them and ran. She turns to the cultist, her eyes filled with cold fury. If you truly have seen me on Salus Prime, someone among you must know a way to get there. Do you have your own ship? A navigator? Answer me! Ships and maps, roads and doors, we have them all, but our paths are not for you. The true God spins his web, and you are but a fly caught in it. Where is the spider? The cultist's eyes fill with madness. I need something more coherent. Rogue trader, we won't get anything from this madman. As for my part in the story, I will tell it, but not here, not in his presence. Who or what is this true God you keep mentioning? You will know in time. The cultist gives you a wicked smile, painted with the fresh blood on his lips. Enter Magenta. You can kill me, servants of the corpse emperor, but you can't stop the victory of the true God. The edge of daybreak is nigh, and the hour of his triumph approaches. Silence hangs for a minute, then Argenta turns to you and shrugs nonchalantly. That's it. We've filled Reverend Hieronymus's request, which means I am now free. I can continue my travels with you, rogue trader. Before we leave this den, let us round up what remains of the blasphemers. I would like to cleanse this place with purifying flames, but perhaps we can find clues that might tell us where these heretics came from, or if they have any more associates. Gained a 96 experience. Argenta lowers her head wearily. We need to talk, but this can wait. Let's meet on the ship when it's time to depart footfall. Alrighty. That went very well, somehow. Ooh, a hood. Oh, you need... That's actually... That'd be... That would be good for, That'd be pretty good for Adira. That might be good for Abelard. Stub gun. And you, sir, give me your... For you have heavy leather coats. It's kind of surprising. Yeah, he's got a 0% chance to dodge either way. So, I'm just gonna keep the fire blessed carapace. Why can't he wear... Oh, heretical follower, that's why. Wait, hold on. Got some more loot. Go, Pascal.
Operation successful.
Oh. Hmm. Hmm. I will upgrade my revolver. Not that I use it that much, but you know, it's upgraded now. Go upgrade that for you. Size last pistol, yeah, you're fine there. 5 days in a row in one turn. Yeah, that's not particularly good. Gonna steal the dynamo boots from you, Argenta. You don't move. With all the other movement buffs I've given you, you theoretically could use this more. I also just kind of want the Sororitas to wear the Sororitas boots. Yeah, she's honestly, it's most likely Kibella or Cassie that's most likely to proc that. I just don't really, you know,
New challenge for me?
nothing back here. I just don't really have anything for it. Have anyone who's like that good at consistently killing 5 people in one turn. Like that is just kind of super situational, really. You know what? At least everyone's got boots now. Over here. For the dark hideout. Okay, let's see. Oh. Hmm.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Now we got a few Anders. So that connects over there. Okay. Yep, there it is. I knew we weren't gonna get through this that smoothly. The man with a shaggy mop of dark hair is dressed and armed about as well as everyone else in here, and yet he is unmistakably the leader. He takes a step towards you. He chuckles. He spreads his arms wide in a welcoming gesture. My guests! What a joy it is to see you in my humble refuge. I see you've come here to be introduced to the truth. Which will you choose, then? Words or fire and metal? You already know the answer, heretic. Argenta grasps their weapons. Uh... If you have something to say, then say it. And I will. Your time has passed. All of you. Bureaucrats, the Cosmolica, rogue traders, conceited aristocracy, and other worthless trash. All of you will soon burn. Do you even know what our name means, outsider? Footfall calls us the Anders. They do not stop to look, listen, learn. The man pauses, and half closes his eyes and proclaims in crude but clear High Gothic. Auxilio non veniet, help will not come. The maw has closed, the Coronis expanse is on its own now. A new era has come, and we are its sovereigns. The turbulent region of space that divides the Coronis expanse from the rest of the impugned man. Concerning.
Submit,
Okay.
and you'll die quickly.
So words didn't really do us much good, apparently. We do get a very defensive position, it looks like. Let's see. Oh, what the heck? Oh. Oh, he poisoned the room. Okay, okay, we gotta move. Time is of the essence now, apparently. It's there. Abelard. We're getting you right into the thick of it. Sister. You there, Pascal. Pretty good. Cassia. Gonna put you there just so I'll. You know, I think you're like the very first. That's fine. I'm gonna get both of my front lines just in there right away. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so Cassia's just in there. So can I lidless stare out the gates? Yes, and I can hit a lot of you. Oh, I did. Oh no, I miss Argenta actually. So real quickly, let's designate the front line. So the front line, like there. Honestly, I probably should have swapped
Be careful
Gabella
not to cross
and
my gaze.
Abelard. Now that I think about it. Cover efficiency.
Isn't this
Do
a job for the
that.
serfs? If I may.
Argenta can take that. And then she can go like that. I can hit 5 of them, and that's pretty
I
good.
am a navigator, not a servitor.
Okay, cool. Voice of command,
Me?
Argenta,
If you insist, Lord Captain.
and take aim on Argenta. This stare was just really necessary there. Backline.
Rating damage to all.
Pascal. Can I hit a bunch of them with a nerf? Get you guys, and I can buff Cabela with that. So that's pretty worth it. Can I hit that guy? No. Okay, so let's. Can I hit that guy? Yeah, so let's analyze
My
you.
vow is to serve.
And we will just take a normal pot shot at
Running
this
my
guy.
next override.
Awesome. And all allies within range of the 7 cells ability gain the ability to move to that area. If the movement does not provoke attacks of opportunity, it does not spend MP. Yeah, Blitz stratagem.
Request
There.
approved.
She works pretty good. But I have 2 different Blitz stratagems. That's fine. Sheesh.
I will not die in dishonor.
They also just stunned.
Oh, my ears are ringing.
Oh, that's not pleasant. He's got an activate there. I don't like that he's got an activate there. Andrew Kingpin. Oh, he's bolting. He's moving in. That's fine.
You
Fine, we can make this work.
don't
That's
frighten me.
painful. That hit. Yeah, so I can do that. Hit all 3 of you guys.
Guided by faith.
Mark you.
The
Burn.
impure cannot
Triple
escape
kill.
their fate.
Love that. We will do
Doubt is for
that.
the weak.
Actually, oh no. No, that was the right call. I
As
can't
the
forget to
Emperor
do that.
commands, I act.
Revel and
Faith without
slaughter.
deeds is worthless.
Can't reach you, but I can do this. Gets me here? Does that reach? No. There, but I can swap to this. Move there. Take a free pot shot on
Rejoice in
you.
battle.
Cool, cool. How about attack game? I could start moving there. I don't think I want to just yet, though. So Genta. Actually, no, that wouldn't be bad because I do have the rest of my team. So yeah, let's move on
As the
in.
Emperor commands, I act.
Let's see, we will tag
Doubt is for the
you.
weak.
That'll be good. Oh. Oh no, there's several more people coming actually. That's fine. That's fine.
Let's make it quick.
Hmm.
Hold on.
They got Avalon pinned down.
High momentum.
That's fine. You are gonna blitz up
I
there.
shall not fail.
Do. How do you swap to that? Oh yeah, can I swap to that to do the thing.
As honor
Yeah, you
ordained,
eat yourself over here.
blade whispers
Cool.
your name.
We will aim for the
The
openings.
shadows will see it done. Come,
Jip,
the other side away.
jupe, jupe. Oh, you are also really bulky. Oh, jeez. Okay.
As the
Just
tenets demand.
Shonk you. Worth a shot. Oh, I jumped to the wrong
I shall
side.
not
Whoops.
fail.
That's fine. No, we can't just.
Let the blood of the wicked be
Spam
shed,
this guy a
as
bit.
thou hast willed.
That's fine. That's really huge damage. That's honestly really fine, all in all.
As honor ordains.
Heat over here. He got the parry. Heat over
Trust me.
here. Almost got
The
this.
shadows will kill it.
There we go. We
Brings
got
me
that.
no pleasure.
Then we're just gonna put
As
some
the
work in on the
tenets
arsonists because
demand.
we got time. Cool. Go Cabela. That's my girl. Let's. How's the killing him? Decent. Very decent at killing all of these guys. So I'm going to. Let's dome this guy.
Opposing me was your biggest mistake.
I'll bird this guy.
All too easy.
I can go there and just draw a line like that, can't I? I should do. At the very least, I got one of them. It didn't hit that guy, which is fine. I also got that guy there. That's fine because Bird can deal with him. Yeah, hit you, buddy. That's good. Great job, bird. Yeah, that's gonna be me tapped. Node can move in here. Whack
Tried
this
and tested
guy.
tactics are the best ones.
Then he
I
should
took
be
care of
able
this one.
to charge this guy.
Indeed.
Yes. Perfect. Perfect. That I can. Oh, can I not see this guy? Oh, I attacked, but I can't. Yeah, duh. Sworn enemy,
I will
this
do
guy.
my duty.
Oh,
No matter
Avalon's
the
ulti.
cost.
Move there. Oh, can I not charge again? No, I can't charge again. That's fine. There. And just start
I've seen
mollywopping
worse battles
this
than
guy.
this in my time.
Wonk. Wonk.
It will be done. One field
Wonk.
target.
Here. Turn on ventilation quickly. Whew. Oh no, my bird. And we're good? We're all clear? Mm-hmm. Alright, that was great. Ooh. New hand flamer. How good is that compared to the normal flamer? 9 to 14. Flamer is 13 to 21. A significantly reduced range, but honestly, for the damage it deals, that's great. Give you that. Then, well, maintain stuff revolver, foe hammer. Oh, is that this one better than no? That's why you don't have it. I don't think I have any last pistol, so take an auto pistol, I guess? Yeah, sure. Take an auto pistol. Wow, that is so much more damage than the basic flamethrower. Because 9 to 14 versus 13 to 21, same armor pen, same burn damage, same rate of fire. The flamer has more range, but I can always just use my bolter for range, which is what I should be doing. Wow, that's an upgrade and a half. Come on, loot. There we go. Oh, Pirate's Eye Patch. It's a chainsaw in there. You plus 20% dodge until the end of the round. Wow. That is actually kind of nutty. Just, like, as far as I can tell, that's basically just a permanent 20% dodge. Honestly, I'm gonna give you the Adrenaline War Boost, because that's just better out the gate. Because you don't have that many psi powers, you're mostly using commander powers, I believe. Pretty sure, at least. Let me see real quickly. Cassia. Origin Balance is Lidless Stare. Is a Psi power. Don't know if Glimpse of Fate counts. I wish it would tell you what counts as a Psi power or not. Unless I'm just completely missing that. Because I think it's just Lidless Stare and Glimpse of Fate are her Psi powers. So it would take her Cassia a while to get to an equal dodge rating. So yeah, I think that's very worth it. 20 to coercion, -5 to awareness. Maybe. Oh yeah. That was like the monocle. Oh yeah, why do you have that? Hold on. That's significantly better for you. Plus 57 wounds left. Honestly, yeah, you take that. I'm gonna just throw that on. Because that should just be way better, because you're using more support abilities. I'm using my bird a lot more often. So coercion, my coercion's 80. My awareness is 35, so I could throw that on, actually. Because I have most, I have Argenta, Pascal. Oh, Cassie has 100 awareness. So honestly, I might throw that on. Yeah, that's 100 coercion, minus some awareness, but that's fine, since I'm rarely ever alone. Some 50% wounds left. Yeah. Yeah. I don't use taunting screen enough. So I thought coercion was based. Oh, coercion is fellowship. Oh no, carouse is toughness. That's why I got confused. I do kind of want the pinpoint visor, but maybe. I mean, I can hold on to it. I don't need to get rid of it. Bonus persuasion. Do I have gloves? What is my persuasion? 90. Yeah, I still like. Maybe they. Yeah, these two. Like, there's a build for these two to be used, especially since I got both of these together. But like, I just don't use grenades enough, you know. We got this over here. Oh yeah, there was a door, wasn't there? Yoink all this. Yoink all this. So yeah, this is this door. Oh yeah, this is where we came in from. This is where it loops us around to. I think that is everything. Yeah, looks like it. Oh, I'm holding down at the moment. Camera is not the most intuitive movement on in there, but cool. That's a good amount of Footfall's Shadow District done. Oh,
It's about time.
Let's go talk to Vladimir. Vladimir. Liege's residence. Let's see if we can get permission to go into the quarantine zone. I think we're just about done with footfall after that. Aside from, mercantile style stuff. Vladimir Tokara the Liege. Greetings, your lordship. I don't mean to hurry you, but I do hope that our deal is still in place. The station continues to experience increasingly severe shortages of provisions. Upon noticing Cabela, Vladimir quickly assumes a bored expression. Carefully, without making any sudden movements, he wipes his glass and, as if absent-mindedly, puts a hand under the table. What is happening in the Shadow Quarters? Why is there quarantine? Oh, that. He grimaces. Who knows? It could be an actual epidemic. Or perhaps the two families that started it all just came down with food poisoning at the same time. We're on a space station. The best solution here is to isolate the area and wait for the problem to resolve itself. I wish to enter the quarantine zone. Out of the question. You would be putting both yourself and the station at risk. I believe I said I wish to enter the quarantine zone. You would dare defy the will of a rogue trader? Vladimir clenches his teeth and remains silent for a moment. Your imprudence could spell the end of you and the entire station, but as you wish. I will have my people clear a small passage for you. It will take time, mind you. Vladimir scoffs. The battle has been the place has been mined properly. It will take days, if not more, but you will get your way in. There's an establishment not too far from here. They let people torture fake Xenos there. I want it to stop. Vladimir gives a curt nod. It will be dealt with. A man who introduced himself as a servant of House Corda asked to have a word with me, and then, imagine the odds, someone blew his brains out. Vladimir doesn't look surprised. The Andrews again, I presume. Those anarchical degenerates don't care whom they shoot, be it my servants, yours, or those in the employ of House Corda. I suspect that this agent wished to negotiate a deal that would have you refrain from hindering Incendia Corda's effects to strangle us with the threat of hunger and demand our obedience. If so, I don't believe I will be mourning the man's passing very long. I'm beginning to resent how frequently the people I converse with on this station wind up dead. That is indeed lamentable, but these are the times we live in, and this is Footfall. Its denizens don't always look for a reason to spill blood. I did what you could not. I found and neutralized the Anvir's agitator-in-chief. That is a truly outstanding accomplishment, your lordship. Footfall can now rest easy. At least until the next mad hoodlum makes himself known. Let's get down to business. I'm interested in your wares. So I can grab that. Yeah, I want to actually sell him a bunch of stuff. Let's see. That, 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 that. I want to hold on to the Thunder Hammer, Foe Hammer. Great Sword can go, Industrial Hammer. Gonna hold on to the normal flame for now, just to be safe. And for a Chainsword. I'll see if that's actually better than some of the other stuff I have. Yeah, select tradable, here you go. Over here. Wow. Commissar boots. Hex rifle. Wow, tier 1 stuff is really expensive, and that's kind of surprising. Yeah, it's only worth it to get him up to 1 right now, because we can only get this stuff. Wow. I'm just gonna buy all those, because that's all we can really afford at the moment. 2 turns of the field toughness test with a -10 penalty. Alright.
Victory awaits.
Well, that is that. Reported on a whole bunch of quests, got some XP, sold some stuff. Let's head back here. Let's see if... I don't think the quarantine zone is going to be open, but worth a shot. There's also have a new quest here, so I assume that's the quarantine zone. Let's head over here. Extermination Brigade Sergeant. Alright, so yeah, we are just waiting for that. Roger. Yeah, so I guess we're going back to the docks and talking to some of the squad. So I believe Martyr's Endurance. What's a Martyr's Endurance? Oh no, that's the bar that we met Jay in. I'm pretty sure, at least. Oh.
Follow my lead.
Let's hop over here real quickly. Hello, friend. Okay, I did grab everything from you. Oh no, wait, no, yeah, I did. You know, if I didn't buy the mutants, I could have grabbed that. I don't need to give you any gifts for now. You're all good. Oh yeah, before I forget again. Chainsword is 12 to 16. Less armor pen. More consistent damage, but that's not really a worry. Ooh. What is your weapon skill? Oh, there it is. 50. So you'd actually go down a lot if I swap that out. That's Yeah, that's better until I actually get you upgraded there. Officer's Chainsword. Well, the Andrew's Chainsword is just a direct upgrade for you. I'll leave that as is. 10% is parry. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. 10% to parry. Just because if I ever get caught forgetting to swap these over or anything, it will give me that parry that I'm missing. Which is very
None
nice.
shall stand in my way.
Hello, Sir Heinrich. How are things going? A familiar figure turns to face you. Heinrich van Kalox, interrogator of the Ordo Xenos, bows his head respectfully. Lord Captain. Honored interrogator. What a surprise. Did you perchance leave something in your cabin? Not at all. First Officer Warsarian. I'm not in the habit of leaving a trail, but I thank you for your concerns. I'm pleased to see you again, Heinrich. Heinrich allows himself a hint of a smile. I'm glad to hear that my presence aboard your ship did not leave you with any unpleasant memories. I hope your disposition won't change once I have explained the reason for my visit. I was able to contact my mentor and report the tragic events that transpired on Raghead Minoris. I also received some information from my agents regarding the movements and actions of enemies of humanity, including the Xenos that were assuming were involved in the theft of the star. According to their findings, the threat now hangs over other worlds. This time yours, Lord Captain. Heinrich clears his throat and begins a pointedly official tone. By the order of Lord Inquisitor Xavier Calcazar, whose duty is to stand sentinel over the Coronis Expanse, the rogue traitor of House von Valencius is to take on board the agents of the Most Holy Inquisition and provide escort and support in deeds great and small that serve to safeguard the terrorists of the Imperium against its enemies. This decree is effective immediately upon announcement and remains in effect until decided otherwise by His Excellency Calcazar. What exactly caused this need to rejoin my crew? The cause is the activity of humanity's enemies, including the cult of the Final Dawn. In my absence, the situation in the Coronis Expanse has changed. I have received an exhaustive report from my agents. This heresy has taken root in the region where the Von Valencius worlds lie. You probably already know about the fate of the industrial world Kiava Gamma. If not, then I will share what details I know. But not here. Better to talk aboard where we will not be overheard. Um... I kind of want to say this one just because it's funny. But I feel like this is very official and very serious, so I kind of want to treat it as such. But you know what? I'm going to go a little bit funny. We need some more humor in the grim darkness of the future. A sanctioned psyker with an inquisitorial rosé in my retinue, for free no less. The other rogue traders will be positively green with envy. Not the most common response to the news that I will be constantly breathing down your neck. You aren't wrong, though. I prefer to repay favors in kind. Assist me by ensuring that my work is unobstructed, and I will assist you in return. I must also deliver this to you. Heinrich pulls out a sealed letter. The Lord Inquisitor specified that the contents of this envelope are for your eyes only. I would ask you to read it as soon as you have time. Letter from Lord Inquisitor Xavier Calcazar added. That is everything for the time being. Are you headed towards the ship? Or do you still have business on footfall? Whatever the case, I can either wait for you on board or accompany you as part of your retinue. You can hang out for now, Heinrich. We are going to the ship. Oh. I'm probably probably only going to take Heinrich with me for his personal quest when that gets to it. Cabela, you up. You got made a little bit of right, yeah, Lord Captain, the inspection of the ship's systems is complete. The tech priests are reporting the machine spirits are calm and satisfied. Everything is ready for onward travel, except there is an issue you must be aware of. Cassia makes a quick, nervous gesture, adjusting the adornment over her third eye. I have been studying the records left by the vessel's previous navigator. I wanted to double-check the routes to Dargonis, and discovered that it does not match the one recorded in the Atlas. It is more than a minor warp fluctuation. The route has been wiped out. It can no longer be used for traveling. To make matters worse, I started checking the paths from the Atlas, one after the other, and saw the same thing everywhere. The warp is roiling with an ominous storm, bursting with vivid and screaming colors. It will not hinder our movement, but all previous knowledge is now utterly useless. A huge warp storm stretching across the galaxy, the result of a catastrophic rift in real space. Cicatrix maledictum. Interesting. Argentus angrily chops the air with a side of her palm. Warp storms are our enemy, just like heretics and demons. It's a shame they cannot be dispersed with a flamer or a bolter. Now we can be certain that problems with the astropathic communications in the Coronis Expanse are no coincidence. There is a warp disturbance in your way, Lord Captain. It is swallowing messages and disrupting familiar routes. This means you need to locate the key words the Von Valentius Protectorate as soon as possible. I'm talking about Giannis, Gargonas, and Kiavagama. Charting new routes so that they can be reached and restoring control will be the necessary next step. I mean, I don't think we need to know the consequences. The consequences are the world's fucked. Tell me about Giannis. The surface of Giannis was altered extensively so that the planet could be designated an agri-world. It is a powerful food base capable of supplying the burgeoning protectorate and exporting provisions to the outer worlds at the same time. Giannis owes much of its prosperity to the governor House of Vyats. Under its leadership, the world has grown ever more prosperous year after year, securing shipments and taxes while keeping the workforce tightly controlled. What is Kiavagama? Industrial world Kiavagana is being managed by the governor of House Gaprak and supplies the protectorate with rare mineral resources. Additionally, the planet features an Adeptus Mechanicus manufactorum that processes material and prepares them for shipment. I testify that Kiavagama is a world marked by the Omnisci's patronage. By his grace, the manufactorums of the colony are inhabited by committed and industrious machine spirits. Heinrich coughs quietly. Mistress Tolemon neglected to mention that the Kiavagama manufactorum also supplies heavy machinery, from forge harvesters to vessel systems and components. Abelard turns his hard eyes on Heinrich. You display commendable knowledge of our world's manufacturing capability, Von Kalax. Pleased to be of service. What do I need to know about Dargonis? Dargonis is the heart and soul of your protectorate. It is where the main administrative resources and storage facilities are, and so is the Von Valencius Palace. If you would like to know, this is where you will publicly accept the title of Rogue Trader. Dargonis is the major administrative hub that runs the cargo fleet and keeps track of finances. Abelard, what is your opinion? Which world should we deal with first? Abelard strokes his beard for a few seconds before giving a hesitant reply. Rediscovering the agri-world will supply your protectorate with something none of your servants can do: sustenance. The importance of basic supplies should not be underestimated. Just look at Footfall in its current pitiful state. On the other hand, I'm concerned by the rumors concerning Kiava Gamma. There have been no problems on Giannis for many years, but something is very wrong with the industrial world right now. Delay may cost us the entire planet. I trust I do not have to explain the capital world. Losing it would make us the laughingstock of the other dynasties. Besides, the loss of chronicles and ledgers would spell a bureaucratic catastrophe. So all three systems are equally vital to the Protectorate. It falls to you to decide which should be brought under the fold before the rest, Lord Captain. Hmm, that's that is annoying. Because I want to do Giannis first, because I want to help out Footfall, because I made that agreement. But Giannis is the least, is like the, for our reasons, is the least important of the three worlds to really look into. What would the consequences of losing contact with these worlds be? Just so I'm fully up to date, fully detailedly informed on all three of them. A world deprived of connection to its neighboring systems and the Coronis Expanse's infrastructure can only rely on itself, and the capabilities are often limited. For example, Giannis does not have a fleet of its own. Pirates, cultists, heretics, Xenos, anyone could prey on the helpless planet. The loss of communication is a threat to your position. A rogue trader with no protector to back them is one that grows weaker by the day. The Voxmaster is entirely correct. You are rogue trader Deis von Valentius, the successor to Theodora von Valentius, one of the most influential women this side of the Maw. But you are also new to the business of governing. Many will doubt your competence and try to carve up your protectorate so they can snatch a piece for themselves. It is important to show your potential allies and foes that you are in control of the situation, which is why the sooner we reclaim these lost worlds, the better. A faint smile appears on Cabela's lips. If the faithless decide that your worlds are easy prey, that is good. We will find enough enemies in your domain then, and we will kill them. The Undying One will look upon us with approval. Alright. Well, considering the main talk was Giannis there, I'm going to stick with it and go with Giannis first. That is all, Lord Captain. The vessel and the crew await your instructions and are ready to depart Footfall immediately, should you so desire. Giannis' basic supplies, fulfill the deal with Footfall, we get a backbone world back under control, which theoretically could be the fastest and easiest to get back, make a new route and get under our control. So I'm thinking that is the play. So let's hop over here. Hey Cassie, how you doing, sister?
Words cannot describe how boring the bridge is without our stimulating conversations.
Aw. What is your special sight reveal?
Jai is like a gem. The brighter people shine around her, the clearer her faces reflect a myriad of colorful gleams. They are all parts of Jai, but no single one of them is her. I cannot discern her true colors through the veil of her motley shawls. I peel off hue after hue, only to find a different color underneath every time.
Interesting. This is where I must beg
I
my
have
leave.
enjoyed your company. Thank you for the conversation.
Gladly. Anything new from you, Argenta?
Greetings.
Even in stillness, Sister Argenta radiates energy. With her dark eyes shining and a slight blush on her cheeks, she is reciting a prayer and looks at you only once she has spoken the final line. I'm waiting for you to tell me about your past and to explain the strange words of that cultist on Footfall.
Yes, I'm ready. I would ask only one thing of you, Rogue Trader. If I may, I would like to see the chamber of the Sacred Warrant and kneel before the relic touched by the Emperor himself. A difficult conversation lies ahead of us, and I wish to pray by the relic before I lay my soul bare.
Of course, let's go there right away. Argenta nods gratefully. Alright, let's go, sister. Like, honestly, a lot of other people I would deny this request, but this is a Sister of Battle who has frequently proved that yes, she is very much a Sister of Battle. So you know what? I trust her. Argenta drops to her knees, her hands making the sign of the Aquila. Her eyes are locked on the sweeping signature on the warrant. A seemingly mundane thing, merely a flourish on a piece of paper, unless one knows whose hand left that mark and whose blood is on that paper. If thou seest a flaw in me, smite me. If thou knowest a fall of mine, burn me with flames of fury and righteousness. But if thou seest a light in me, grace me. If thou hearest this plea of mine, bless me with wrath of fury and of righteousness. Argenta's voice is sonorous, as if made for singing hymns and prayer. But right now she cannot seem to catch her breath, so overwhelmed with emotion is she. For I breathe by the will of thine, for I live by the law of thine. I carry thy word, O Emperor. I bring solace to the servants of thine, and ruin to foes of thine. A fate of terror and righteousness. Upon finishing, she closes her eyes and remains silent for a long time, with her head raised high. Slowly, like the first licks of flame by a campfire, a smile blossoms on her lips. When Argenta finally opens her eyes, there are lights with uncanny resolution. Rogue Trader, we need to talk. Or rather, I need to tell you something. The truth. The truth about how I ended up on Theodora von Valencius' ship, and about the cultists we encountered on Footfall. I'm listening. Please understand, I couldn't trust you before. I'll tell you my story, and you'll see why. Argenta pauses. I'll start at the beginning. It's easier to piece everything together that way. Upon arriving in the Expanse, and on Footfall, I found no purpose here, only torment. It wasn't needed. The reliquary I had been assigned to safeguard was already well protected by Reverend Hieronymus' mission, and no one was even trying to defile it. For all its lawlessness, Footfall respects the worship of the Emperor. That was when Lady Theodora, head of your dynasty, appeared. She became an agent of divine will, in a way. Argenta falters, searching for the words. It was from her that I learned about a planet recently discovered by her scouts. Salus Prime. For a rogue trader, the planet was of little interest. A feral world away from the convenient warp routes. But for me, learning about its existence was a revelation. I've never even heard of such a planet. Does it belong to the Von Valencius dynasty? Yes. Now the planet is yours by right. It is not as simple as that. The warp routes leading to it was lost. I will explain in due time. May I continue? Please continue. The description of Salus Prime was familiar to me. It seemed very similar to a world from an ancient legend. The legend of Saint Argenta and her ship. Her voice grows reverent. Argenta, the living saint. She is my patroness. The order named me after her. She died millennia ago, when heretics caused her ship to fall from the sky. But even those blasphemers could not touch Argenta's ashes or her holy relic, the One Star. For the fallen ship, which now served as a resting place for the saints' remains, would only allow the truly righteous to enter. All others would meet their death. Imagine what I felt when this flash of insight came upon me. The world where Saint Argenta's ship fell was merely a vague legend. No one knew its actual whereabouts. And suddenly, I, myself, named after the saint, came across this information. I realized that at that moment that it was important, and that I must journey to the planet and find the ship. And so I asked Reverend Hieronymus to let me go for a time on a personal pilgrimage. I boarded Theodora's ship, and demanded passage to the newly discovered planet Salus Prime. You mentioned something called the One Star. What is it? Apologies. I got so carried away that I forgot to explain. The One Star is a relic kept by Saint Argenta. I belong to the Order Pronatus, and we attach particular significance to holy relics. The One Star is one of the lost relics of the past, so mysterious that no one even knows what it is exactly. Argentus hagiography at times calls it a banner, or a set of armor, or a blessed chainsword. One thing is certain, it was a beacon of his righteousness, and it was lost with Argenta's death. I imagine Theodora was thrilled with the prospect. Lady Theodora lent her assistance. It was her intention to visit the newly discovered world, and she took me with her. Why did you keep your suppositions from Reverend Hieronymus? Surely could have helped you with the search for the ship and the saint's remains. I couldn't just come out and tell him. It was important revealed to me personally, can't you see? I told Reverend Hieronymus the honest truth, that I was going on a personal pilgrimage to embolden my spirits. It really was a pilgrimage. It was as if Saint Argenta herself had shown me the way, commanding me to undertake this trial. If I had found the ship and set foot on its decks, if I had laid my hand on her remains and the relic, it would have been a sign that I truly had been blessed with the saint's favor.
Oh.
That's understandable. Searching for your destiny, for your place in the world, is a special matter, a personal one. You either succeed at it, or you don't. Magenta looks at you, somewhat surprised. I thought that I had been I thought that I had been called that finding the ship was my destiny. My place in the world, perhaps. Perhaps there is something to that. What happened next? Defeat, Argenta says bitterly. The ship's augers failed to detect anything of note during orbital scanning. I was expecting this, though. According to the legend, the ship can conceal itself from the naked eye, and only a pilgrim guided by pure heart can find it. What I didn't expect was an ambush waiting for us on the planet. I landed there with a small unit provided by Theodora. I know Saint Argenta's hagiography by heart. I know all the legends about her. I followed their obscure clues, the descriptions of mountains and rivers from millennia-old tales, and I was certain that I had found the way to the ship. And that's when we were attacked. The words we heard in the heretic's shrine on Footfall, something about ways, doors, please addressed to some lord, the edge of daybreak. Argenta is shaking with disgust. They were the same words as those spoken by the cultists who attacked us on Salus Prime. My whole unit perished. All those honest, brave people I had led to search for the relic. It was only by miracle that I didn't perish along with them. I didn't connect these events at first. The cultists on Footfall, the cultists on Salus Prime, the cultists attacking the ship and Conrad's betrayal. What if these are all linked in the same chain? What if they've long since infiltrated the ranks of the Von Valencia servants? What if I led those heretics to the sacred planet with my search? No need to blame yourself. If the heretics really had wormed their way into the Von Valencia's ranks by then, they would have found the planet even without you going there.
Oh.
I doubt it. No one except me was particularly interested in the planet. Conrad, on the other hand, he sympathized with me when I first came aboard. He helped arrange an audience with Theodora, supported me in my effort to visit the planet. I never told him plainly why I wanted to go there, but I imagine that vulture must have figured out that it was something important, something related to the holy face of the Imperium. And what could enlighten a heretic more than defiling relic? Sadly, the only one who might have all the answers, Conrad, escaped. Oh yes. And I sincerely hope that we will meet him again. That servant needs to answer a few questions before he's plunged into cleansing flame. And that's why you didn't trust me before, correct? Yes, Road Trader. Argenta looked you in the eyes. I saw with my own eyes how a member of your family showed his true colors as a servant to the archenemy. I had already suffered a humiliating defeat at the hands of cultists and was afraid of another betrayal. I couldn't be forthright with you, and so I studied you, looking for seeds of corruption, or the light of righteousness. And what did you find? A man who stood shoulder to shoulder with me and helped eradicate the cultists on footfall. Argento smiles, as if reminiscing about a pleasant evening spent in the company of friends rather than a bloody battle. Although my opinion of you started to change even before then, back when you agreed to talk to the orphans at my request. A leader who's willing to honor those who laid down their lives for them and take care of their children is a leader who inspires trust. And the way you acted in that moment... Do you remember? There was a young man whose grief and confusion had driven him to insolence. You didn't turn a blind eye to his misdeeds, but you chose the right words to show him the path to redemption. It was harsh, but necessary, like the Emperor's truth, like bitter medicine that helps the sick. I learned much about you in that moment, Rogue Trader, and I want to believe that I wasn't mistaken in my judgment. So just to clarify, you were wounded, so you never found Saint Argenta's ship, is that right? Yes. I rushed to Theodora the moment I could walk again, and I insisted on going back to Salus Prime to defend the relic from the heretics. But I was told that the warp had destroyed the old routes to the planet, and that plotting a new one would take a great deal of time and effort. If there could be anything more important than protecting the faith and hunting down servants of the archenemy. In any event, the route was lost, and all knowledge of it died in the attack on the ship along with the old navigator. But now we have a new lead. The data that we collected in the cultist shrine on Footfall, I don't care what that reprobate we executed said. There must be a way to track them down. Tell me, Rogue Trader, will you help me in this undertaking? Will you help me find this great relic and return it to the people of the Imperium? If the accursed Final Dawn is involved again, it is my duty to help. That cult must be reduced to ashes throughout the entirety of the Coronis expanse. Argento walks up and places a hand on his shoulder. So be it, Rogue Trader. As I stand here before the warrant, an embodiment of the Emperor's will, marked by his own hand, I vow that I will not relent until the holy relic has been returned and the heretics punished. And may the light be with us both on this path. Cool. Oh. Okay. It's Argent to talk to you. Hello, Abelard. I don't think I've actually talked to Abelard that much on
Lord
the bridge.
Captain.
Abelard greets you with a customary courtesy but make sure you can scan his... Excuse me. Abelard greets you with customary courtesy, but makes sure to scan you from head to toe with a scrutinizing gaze. I've discovered that there are caches left by Theodora somewhere on Dargonis and in Kiava Gama. Do you know anything about this?
It is wise for a rogue trader to have caches where they can safely store important information. And utterly unwise to share the coordinates of such caches with anyone. Even one's most trusted associates. I'm afraid I do not know how to find the caches, but I can offer some help. Your predecessor used this numeric code to deactivate certain defense systems in her service. If I know Lady Theodora as well as I think, then I'm quite certain that she left her caches well guarded. In that case, this code will be useful to you.
That's good.
Lord Captain,
Let's talk about things that may be useful to me as a rogue trader.
a noble aspiration, Lord Captain. I am ready to acquaint you with all the particulars that interest you.
Conrad, our previous master of whispers, what can you tell me about his betrayal? What do you think he'll do next?
You know, Lord Captain, I am no admirer of fine art. But when we next find ourselves in a civilized port, with time to spare, I will promptly find an artist and commission a portrait of the individual to whom you refer, with a hole between the eyes. Conrad Voigtveer. That he committed his treachery and escaped with his life was an unforgivable oversight.
Honestly, that's a good line. You know, I'm no admirer of fine art, but next chance we get, I'm gonna commission a picture of that trader with a bullet between his eyes. Just for you. Like, damn, fair enough.
We both served Lord Captain Theodora for many years, and we never saw eye to eye. He was brash. He was never afraid of assuming responsibility, and he willingly took on difficult tasks. I am loath to admit it, but the Von Valacius Protectorate continues to reap the fruits of his labors to this day. His service always garnered my respect. But everything else about him made me want to wring the neck of that two-faced snake. If you are taking comfort in the thought that we will hear no more of Conrad, prepare to be disappointed. You thwarted his plans, his meticulously plotted and nurtured treachery. He is sure to attempt to strike at you, and he will use his contacts and knowledge of the Protectorate to do so. The only question, Lord Captain, is whether you will be able to anticipate his next steps.
Outline the situation in the Cronus Expanse for me. What do I need to know and keep in mind?
This is a topic for an official briefing, not a casual conversation. But I will try to answer succinctly. And if you permit, in my own words,
Go ahead.
the Cronus Expanse is considerably removed from the heart of the Imperium. This means that local warp routes become useless within months. Established pathways are regularly subject to attacks from all kinds of rabble. And in the only major port, the Imperium's frigates find themselves moored alongside pirate vessels. Until recently, the Cronus Expanse could hardly have been called a region of the Imperium. The situation has changed with the arrival of the Lord Inquisitor, but not by much. This place operates under its own rules, you see. More radical, so to speak. But ones that allow for a non-standard approach where there is a promise of victory. The Cronus Expanse is considered rogue trader territory for a reason. Only rogue traders have sufficient military might, audacity, and the rights granted them by the warrant to survive the leap into the unexplored part of the Expanse, and in the event of a successful outcome, to hold on to whatever they manage to capture on the frontier. In the first instance, you should treat official representatives of the Imperium with respect. The Expanse may be on the fringes, but it still numbers among the territories of the Golden Throne. The arrival of the Lord Inquisitor has turned the Cronus Expanse into a less wild and uncontrolled region, to the regret of some individuals who had grown inured to the local lawlessness. Rogue traders such as yourself are also servants of the Imperium. They have been accorded special rights and powers. They wield immense authority within their territory, and they enjoy absolute respect in other parts of the Expanse. The most powerful of them are Kalagos Winterscale and Incendia Bastal Chorda. Tread carefully when dealing with either of them.
Understood.
If we are to speak of unclaimed territory, which is what footfall is, among the scum that dwells on that handful of asteroids, there are 3 factions that wield considerable influence in the sector. The first is the Kazbalaka Mission, organized crime in its most primitive form. It holds sway over the Liege of Footfall, and has links to rogue trader Winterscale. The second faction is an offshoot of our shining ecclesiarchy, followers of St. Drusus. They are actively building their forces, and hold influence over rogue trader Chorda. And finally, the third faction, the Explorators. a wing of the Adeptus Mechanicus. They are willing to die and kill for the secrets of the ancient technological heresies that are hidden among the stars of the Coronis expanse.
Fair enough.
As you wish, Lord Captain.
I'd like to know more about my seneschal.
As you wish, Lord Captain. What would you like to know?
Tell me about yourself. What were you before you became Theodore's seneschal?
I used to be an officer in the Navis Imperialis. No, used to be is not quite right. It was not simply a job. It was my calling, the essence of my life. I was proud to serve Lord Captain Theodora, but in my heart and mind, I'm still an officer of the Imperium.
Yeah, I feel that one. Basically how I built my character to be.
I met Lord Captain Theodora on a mission where the Imperial Navy was providing reinforcement to the rogue traders' army on one of the frontier worlds. Our acquaintance was not easy. Working with people outside the Navy hierarchy has never been my strong suit. It was to my great surprise then, that after the mission's completion, I received a referral to leave my service in the Navy and join the rogue traders' personal council.
Huh.
It was a difficult choice for me. But I saw in the offer a chance to serve the interests of humanity even more effectively than in the Navis Imperialis. You do not need me to tell you just how remarkable a person Lord Captain Theodora was. I recognized her at once as a true leader and formidable creative force. One who had built a protectorate amidst the dangers and wildness of the expanse.
Leaving the Imperial Navy is far from easy. Why were you permitted to quit your post?
You could say there was no one among the naval command who was willing to impede the wishes of the rogue trader. To do so would be to risk their own position and their relationship with Theodora. Well, the Lord Captain possessed certain contacts in the Imperial Navy. Contacts which she used to request help during the conflict on the border world. And which enabled her to make me an offer that resulted in my joining her retinue.
Makes sense.
Was there something else, Lord Captain?
Do you have a family?
I am a widower. I am a father of 4. And if my information is not outdated, a grandfather of 11.
Aww.
My family lives on Dargonus. None of my children express any eagerness or aptitude for serving aboard ship. And I would hardly have insisted that they follow in my footsteps.
Okay, so we gotta go to Dargonus to make sure Avalon's family's safe.
Of course.
Let's take my leave. Until next time, Seneschal.
Lord Captain.
Let's see, we got Heinrich's here. I wonder where... Hi, Jonas. First, you only talked to him for that one quest, I'm pretty sure. Pleasure to see you, Lord Captain. How may I be of assistance? How did you come to serve the Von Valancius dynasty? I came from Dargonus. Your lordship, I have been a subject of your dynasty since birth, and have always strived to be of use to the great rogue trader. Alas, it was not my fate to be the primary heir of my own family, due to my being the 15th in line for the title, so I decided not to stand in the way of those behind me in case they attempted to shorten the waiting list at my expense. Janus lets out an almost kindly chuckle. While my brothers and sisters schemed against each other, I studied the exact sciences and mastered bookkeeping, the greatest art of the Adeptus Administratum. I must admit that the accumulation of wealth, something one can control, is far more exciting than hunting, carousing, and the other traditional amusements of my noble peers. What was it like working with Theodora? Oh no, that's a tricky question, your lordship. Do you ask it of everyone knowing they risk losing their head should they let slip a careless remark about your predecessor? I shall put it thus. Working with Lady Theodora was never boring and always profitable. The Imperium has billions of subjects, but very few do what they love and what they are best suited to. I would say Lady Theodora was one of the fortunate ones. She was a model rogue trader, and she surrounded herself with those who excelled at and loved their work. Hers was a rare talent indeed. I wish to know what you think of your fellow crew members. Keeping tabs on your subordinates, a wise move. Tell me who interests you, and I'll endeavor to be as honest as possible. Generous's eyes light up. He is obviously eager to speak his mind. Tell me what you think about Seneschal Abelard Versarian. Lady Theodora managed to do what even the Imperial Navy could not. Teach Master Versarian to carry out orders that he fundamentally disagrees with. I do not know what method she used, but the result is impressive. Having said that, there is something else you need to know, Lord Captain. Your Seneschal is capable of being something far greater than a mere conduit for your will. He possessed the cunning and experience to run the Protectorate passively whenever Lady Theodora was away. And that really is saying something. Keep an eye on that old officer, I say, or alternatively, turn him into a faithful ally. I'd like to hear your opinions on Conrad Voigtvier, the former Master of Whispers. I hope I never see him set foot aboard this vessel again, not even as a servitor. Although he would be able to do at least some good that way. Someone has to clean the latrines after all. The factotum's bloated face grows stern. He gave us all quite a fright on that ill-fated day, Lord Captain, and still, to speak candidly, I never enjoyed Master Voigtvier's company, but I believed him to be a man who knew how to do his job. Regretfully, I was mistaken. It turned out Conrad lacked the most important quality of a Master of Whispers, unwavering loyalty to the rogue trader. His failing came to light in the most deplorable manner. What do you have to say about Master Victus Tolleman? Voxmaster Victus Tolleman. Ah, yes, the Voidborn. You know, in my family, we used such creatures as quarry whenever we went hunting. Mutants are the bane of humanity, an unseen tumor that threatens to end us all. But I digress. In the brief time Tolleman has spent in post as Voxmaster, I have not noticed any significant flaws in her character, or anything that would make me question her professional qualities. Needless to say, she is very diligent, as is any Voidburn seeking to earn their master's affection. I believe you can trust her skills and loyalty. We should discuss something else. I would like to replace the painting of late Theodora in my chambers. Hang my portrait instead. It will be done, your lordship. Remind me, what exactly is it you do on my ship? As the High Factotum, my duties encompass anything that might enrich you and your protectorate. I see to it that suppliers deliver all shipments on time, that our partners do not weasel out of their promises, and that all servants remember that the Emperor's grace can only be earned through toil for the good of the Von Valencius dynasty. I also make arrangements to ensure that our hold receives less than thorough inspections by port customs officers, and find buyers for whatever you wish to sell. And of course, I ensure that the Protectorate's worlds prepare their tithes in a timely fashion. Let none ever say in my lifetime that the dynasty has disgraced itself with a late payment of the sacred tribute. I want to know more about the people who buy our plunder. Of course, Lord Captain. Who interests you exactly? You most often deal with the followers of Saint Drusus, the Explorators, the Casbalica Mission, or Emperor give me, the Fellowship of the Void. What do the followers of Saint Drusus acquire from us? The Drusians still hope to bring the Coronis Expanse into the warm embrace of the faith, just as their flock hopes to receive the aid of the Drusian missionaries. Each crate of food, shipment of clothes, or box of medicine marked with your seal is a sign the rogue trader himself believes in the sect's future success. Reverend Hieronymus is the first among the Drusians and is most often seen in Footfall's grand atrium. A gloomy fellow, but some almost believe him to be a saint. Tell me about the Explorators. Members of the Explorator Cognizance fleet, which has been roaming the Coronis Expanse for a good while now. Omniscient knows what they are hoping to find, but their acolytes regularly show up on inhabited worlds, seeking bits of sacred knowledge, tracking down mechanical relics, and sniffing out Xeno artifacts. If truth be told, supposedly they want to save the ignorant rabble from corruption. A tech priest named Opticon22 does business with us on the fleet's behalf. He can be found at the docks in Footfall, the Casabalica mission. Masters of the cold trade, immoral criminals, and notorious crooks to the last man. The mission is but one branch of this mafia gang that has taken roots in the Calixis sector. You can do business with them as long as you take the necessary precautions. They are led by Vladane Tokara, who recently appointed himself Liege of Footfall. Of course, he is a trusted ally of rogue trader Winterscale, but he will not refuse you, another of the Emperor's anointed. If you wish to talk to Vladane, look for him at the Liege's Palace on Footfall. What is this Fellowship of the Void? Janus emits a laugh-like gurgle. A pompous name, is it not? In truth, they are a gang of pirates who are forever squabbling over loot and territory. However, some of their little flotillas need supplies, or can take awkward cargo off our hands without asking questions. Of course, there is always a risk that these scoundrels will change their mind and attempt to board us instead, but so far our macro cannons have managed to keep them in line. They say Riza Calvaria speaks on the Fellowship's behalf. The Adeptus Amacicus on Footfall is rumored to be her favorite haunt. Okay. Why are we giving away our spoils to these people in the first place? To profit from them, of course. Most of the things you will find during expeditions are complete junk to one such as yourself, but the less fortunate and affluent servants of the Emperor think them treasures, especially when they are bestowed by the great rogue trader himself. Droshian fanatics and pirate cutthroats, Casabalica dealers and explorers, none will refuse our help in these dark and trying times. And there may come a time when we shall be the ones requiring aid, and it would be beneficial to have allies willing to provide. Alright. Okay, that pretty much wraps up all I wanted to talk about with Janvis. Let's see. Oh, there's Jay. Oh, there's Pascal. Oh, there's Abel. Abel's here too. That's neat. Hey, Jai.
Allow me to thank you again for helping me with the cargo, Sherin. I am sure the Ashmags who squirreled away my goods won't give up so easily, and I'll hear more about their scheming yet. Let's strike a deal, Sherin. I will watch your back, if you do me a favor and watch mine. Well, enough jokes. Is there something you wanted?
I've seen enough of the shiny wrapping of the Corona's expanse. Tell me about its dark side.
The dark side is the real Coronis Expanse, if you ask me. But what do you want to know about it, Sherin?
How do they do things on Footfall?
Dynasties drink with criminals. Rogue traders strike deals with the Casabalica, and dozens of ships stop off for a welcome break from a long voyage. Is there a more beautiful place in the entire Imperium? The Emperor is merciful to the meek and the powerful alike. There's a job for everyone as long as they have a head on their shoulders. And if you feel like talking to him in person, the statue of the Exalted One can be seen from any asteroid. You can pray to your heart's content.
Tell me about the Casabalica mission.
An ancient crime cartel that originated with the first settlers of the Calixis sector. It is run by shadowy clans with robber barons at the helm. Cross their path, and you risk making enemies all over the Coronis Expanse, or even the entire Imperium. As for the agents, they are just shameless, greedy scum.
Noted.
Every third person on Footfall is a Casabalican. But that doesn't mean all that rotten filth is acting together. I've been set up more than once just so some Casabalican can get one over on his rivals. And yet, the Casabalica is generous to its customers, if you can afford it. Anything can be obtained, organized, and transported for the right price. The customer is always right, unless they happen to be a rat. In which case...
No, persuasion attempt, apparently. Scum, rotten filth, rats. It's almost as if Jai's mask briefly slipped and she started using words that have no place in the vocabulary of someone from the upper strata of the Imperium. Huh, interesting. Are you one of the Cosmolicus robber barons?
What gave you such an outrageous idea? Was it my immaculate garment? My gorgeous jewelry? Do not worry, Shireen. I will let you know once I become a baroness, should the Exalted One will it. Just imagine the strong and fruitful alliance that could be forged between a rogue trader and a mastermind of the Casbalica.
Fair enough. How did you become a Cosmolican agent?
It's not hard to do on footfall. I spent a year working for good old Christo. He was a brave soldier who gave up the ghost in a scuffle with orcs, and then took over his business. Having a good head on your shoulders and keeping the Exalted One in your heart helps to establish new contacts quickly. Eventually, I gathered together a group of honest and loyal people, and it only took a few successful contracts for the Casbalica to take notice. I quickly settled on footfall and started dispensing my wisdom to my protégés and subordinates. I lost the taste for getting my hands dirty.
Understandable. Tell me about the cold trade.
It really is simple, Shireen. The Casbalica runs the Imperium's black market, offering special goods to those who can afford their services. Yes, I am talking about Xeno artifacts too. Alien weapons, technology, sometimes even certain kinds of living creatures.
Interesting.
Unlike the rogue traders whose sacred warrants make them immune even from the laws of the Exalted One, Casbalican agents are used to hiding and covering their tracks. Nobody wants to draw unwanted attention, no matter who might take an interest. Especially now that the Coronis Expanse has a warrior of the Golden Throne as its watchman.
Let's change this subject.
Why not? The decision is yours, Shireen.
You keep using words I don't understand, like calling me Shadeen.
The language on Ifrit, my home world, is quite different from the one spoken in the Coronis Expanse. We bestow more than one meaning upon each word, allowing our wise men to fully express their sagacious thoughts, and us lowly dabblers, our base passions and desires.
Interesting.
Take Agi, for example. That is what I call every piece of scum and villain, because Agi means evil and foe and pathetic worm unworthy of consideration. Or take Ashmag. It means fool and little brother, and blind man who stumbles and would fall into a pit without guidance. Shireen is... Shireen means friend and comrade and roommate in a battle formation, like we are.
Alright, fair enough. To get off my shit. Wow, you just be real cold about that. Tell me about your business in the Coronis Expanse.
My trade means knowing the right people and non-people. Having the right connections and making sure the precious goods find their way into the hands of my no less precious customers. My wisdom includes the knowledge of the enemies of humankind, be they Xenos or the lowest scum in the Imperium, as well as the latest knowledge about how much they charge for any particular curio at the footfall market. Not even the most cunning Agi will deceive you as long as I am with you, Shireen. I promise you that. Whatever I have can be yours too, if your unfathomable wealth isn't enough for you already, I mean.
Tell me about the Xenos of the Coronis Expanse.
Vicious, cruel, dangerous beasts. Humans hold little interest for Xenos. We are entertainment for them, a means to keep boredom at bay. A commodity. But some of them contact us once in a while using their own people. Do not deceive yourself by thinking you are safe because there are no Xenos in sight. Those Agi are as cunning as they are ruthless. They cleverly pull at the strings of spies and traitors, subjugate those who do not fall for the promised reward, transform the ones who resist their promises into soulless puppets. The Emperor watches over me, and that is why I still haven't succumbed to the fate of many of my associates who have lost their lives to the stringy scoundrels.
Interesting. Do you do any business with the enemies of humanity?
It has been known to happen. After years of dealing with Xenos, I've learned their customs, and even got a grasp of their language. Except they cringe whenever I start speaking. Arrogant sods. They dislike even our voices, but they never turn away our valuables. Then again, I'm used to seeing sour faces. In this trade, the easily offended go out of business.
Makes sense. Perhaps your knowledge will serve the Von Valencia's protectorate.
I have no doubt you will have to deal with Xenos sooner or later. When that time comes, Shireen, you will thank the Exalted One for sending me to stand at your side.
Alright. Let's talk about
I
something
think we've
else.
said all there is to say on this topic.
Was there some business you wish to discuss?
Oh, Shireen, I did manage to spark your interest. Allow me to invite you to a more private place. My words are meant for your ears alone.
Okay. I don't even get an option to like, wait, hold on. We're just going, apparently. Oh, she invites me to my room. Yeah, sure, that's how that works. Here we go. The flickering light of dozens of candles plays across Jai's face, making a small smile appear even more mysterious. Shireen, the Exalted One himself brought us together the day you crossed Ladain's threshold. He led us to the cargo and gave his blessing for it to return. Do you know what people on my world say when such a thing happens? What's gained is to be shared with your neighbor. She points at the container in front of her. One contains a polished Alderi rifle, a rare model, and the other holds an ornate sword. I am sharing what I've gained with you. Please accept these humble gifts in honor of our wildly successful, though suddenly struck, friendship. Got a wanderer's portent and the cry of agony. A truly wonderful gift. I accept it with gratitude. I knew you would appreciate the Xenos mastery of their craft. Jai beams at you, curling a lock of black hair around an augmented finger. After a brief pause, she awkwardly continues. So, the matter I wanted to discuss with you is related to my business. You know that I sell Xeno artifacts to interested Imperial subjects, Imperial trinkets to Xenos. Business is going well, my network runs even without my participation. When it comes to expansion, well, that is where I hit a wall. Rivals envious of my success. Jai throws her hands up, Falco especially. I'm certain the theft of the cargo is his doing, but I can never predict what that Ashmag will do next. And while the Imperium's authority may be fragmented in the expanse, it could crack down on people of my profession at any moment. Go on. If the rogue traitor put in a good word for me for the servants of the Adeptus Administratum, I could become an official trade representative of the Imperium. Just imagine it. A little scrap of paper will offer me and my agents protection against Ashmag's schemes, far better than any refractor field. And even the Inquisition will have to think twice before they mess with me, because I'll be a representative of the law in my own right. And the best part of all this... Oh, excuse me, sorry, reading's starting to get a little hard apparently. And the best part of all is that this will cost you precisely nothing, Shireen. All you have to do is stop by the Administratum Palace and obtain a certificate from the Master of Seals. My informants tell me that the palace is located on Dargonas, your capital world. You see how everything is aligned so wonderfully, and of course, I will repay you in kind. How do I benefit from your gaining official status? Besides being in the seat of my eternal gratitude, Shireen, Jai playfully raises an eyebrow. Won't it be beneficial to have someone on your retinue with the weight of authority behind them, rather than just another pawn? One slip of a paper, and I'll be able to extend my network to systems far beyond footfall. My agents will be your eyes and ears throughout the expanse. That sounds simple enough. I will help you. Exalted One bless you, Shireen. I couldn't find a better business partner in all the expanse. Jai ponders for a moment, and then graces you with a dazzling smile. Friendship is a gift from the Exalted One, and we must cherish it. And you will have no complaint about our friendship, Shireen. I may not be a trade representative of the Imperium just yet, but I can still help you with whatever you need. You must have some faction in mind that you would like to establish relations with. The Severe Drusians, the hot-headed pirates of the Kazbalika. You merely need to use the right words, like a key for a lock, and everyone will open their hearts to you, or their wallets. I will arrange everything. You merely have to ask. Um... Help me to establish cooperation with the Kaz... Wait, Because I'm already pretty friendly with the Mechanicus and the bot and the pirates. I wish to develop friendly relations with the Drusians. Not a problem, Shireen. I will have my people put in a good word for you in the right circles. Plus 2,000. I will humbly wait until you steer your vessel toward Dargonas, the Mercantan Tabula Officiale. I sound almost as majestic as the Warrant of Trade. It sounds almost as majestic as the Warrant of Trade. Familiar maintenance station. The Rogue Trader's Familiar has its own maintenance stations located on the flagship and in your residence on Dargonas. Through corresponding upgrade kits, those stations can gain up to 3 levels of improvement. The upgrades are permanent, so even if you decide to change your archetype, thus changing your familiar, the stations remain improved. Huh. Hey Anzu, how you doing, buddy? A fierce battle is unfolding on Anzu's perch. The giant bird's 2 heads have clashed in a bitter fight. It is impossible to determine the cause of this conflict, but you feel certain you should intervene. Cease this at once! The stern voice has an immediate effect, and the fighting stops. Nevertheless, the living bird continues to shoot looks of deep-seated hatred at its servo twin. You're one of the most noble creations made by human hands that I've ever seen. Do you know that? Anzu nods with a nod. Anzu responds with a nod of calm dignity and a clack of the hooked beak. The second mechanical head repeats the living one's gesture. Feed the eagle. Whoop. Good boy. Good Anzu. The creature's living head jerks forward and catches your offering. The mechanical head, free of the deficiencies of the flesh, remains entirely unmoved. Make the sign of the Aquila. Oh, that's a good boy. Anzu lets out a piercing cry, wings outstretched. It seems the eagle understands the meaning of the sacred gesture perfectly and decides to bless you in return. Fly around and stretch your wings. Let people be inspired by your majesty. Oh, that was the wrong one. Both of Anzu's heads let out a fearsome cry, beating its wings, and the mighty bird takes flight. He's going out to hunt, I suppose. I meant to tell him to go, fly around and let people be inspired by it. I misplaced my finger. Having returned to its perch, the eagle throws a bloody scrap at your feet. All the remains of a particularly large void rat. These parasites can grow to frightening sizes and are a true scourge of the lower decks. It looks like your companion has just eased the lives of the ship dwellers, if only a little. Fly around and stretch your wings. Let people be inspired by your majesty. That's my good boy. That's my good Anzu. The eagle returns, looking somewhat ruffled after its long and swift flight. It flaps its wings a few times and settles comfortably on the perch. Touch the eagle. Give him a little screech. Little scritch scritch. Aw, yeah. Expecting a servitorized animal to appreciate your affectionate gesture would be folly, and yet, as you gently brush Anzu's feathers, one of the heads tilts to one side as if leaning into your touch. Aww. Good boy. Let's see, what's in the vaults? Can I just store... Yeah, so I can store some of the stuff that I don't want to get rid of in here. I can go in... Pickaxe, you... Onto you... Shiv... I think we can actually sell that. Save the Thunderhammer. That combat shotgun just looks really nice. Okay, hold on to Unfading Valor, because that's technically Argenta's. Hold on to that, hold on to that. Cry of Agony. Ducati weapon proficiency. Sell that. Hold on to Foe Hammer. Wanderer's Portent. Algary weapon proficiency Ducati. Hold on to that. Put all of you in here. Okay, hold on to these in case we get someone for them, and that will be all, I think. Yeah, okay. Cool. Link your account, don't need to do that. Okay, well, this is actually a very nice place to leave off. We've talked to a lot of our crew, we got a plan set forth. We're probably gonna go to Giannis, and then the Von Valencia's capital world. So thank you everybody very much for coming around and hanging out. I do greatly appreciate it. A follow over on Kick is super appreciated. I will be uploading this, like all my other streams, over to YouTube later today. It'll probably be uploaded in around midnight. Excuse me. If you are over on YouTube, do feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and if you want to, come over to Kick and join the stream live there. Excuse me, I'm burping a little bit. What a way to go out, am I right? But thank you all very much for coming around and hanging out. I do greatly appreciate it. I'll be back same time tomorrow, and I hope all y'all have a wonderful rest of your days. Peace out, homies.